The Tattered Manta. I've heard so many stories of this tavern. Always rowdy.
far is the active harvest?
Broker's Arch, the market.
Where? Oh, there's a small panel here. Struck a vein, as my dad used to say.
Wait, I was half listening. Are you hurt?
Metaphor. Her dad was a miner.
We've got a tally sheet of some sort, series of numbers below, and a bunch of garbled text below. I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Aye, mate.
Before bridge and beyond the veil.
dead body and a hidden cache of materials. It's...
All we need is a saber conveniently placed on the mantle and we're set.
More seriously, you said you had an idea about that?
Before signing on with Aurea, I worked the relief ships between my home and Udea. A Don Brenning initiative, mind you. Our neighbours across the bay love to claim otherwise. The dockers always wanted big loads for the cranes. But certain things, like, say, herbs, you'd only ship in small quantities. Over the years, the convoys developed a system where you'd have runners and haulers. Runners would make quick trips and bring small goods to a drop. Haulers would pack the cargo together and make longer hauls to the docks.
You think we're looking at a similar system, then?
Absolutely, I do. It's the sheet you found. That's a requisition for a runner if I've... And note how it says Scout Group 23 here. That's a lot of group.
Which means my mysterious observer is part of a large organization.
And an active one.
When you say requisition...
Think of it like an order. Bread, cheese, carrots. But left at the drop for the runner to prioritise before the next gather. It takes forethought. There's necessary lag between the order going out and being filled. But any logistician worth their salt can see a few months ahead and plan accordingly.
What do we do with this information, then?
At the bottom of the sheet, there's that series of numbers and letters. I did some digging with Lane, and they're referring to coordinates on a map of the Enclave that was made just before the surge. L7 is part of the capital, see? So, I'm inferring that these other marked coordinates are just as likely to have drops.
I'll check them then.
If nothing else, we could find materials for our own stocks.
Maybe where our Hearthsiders are hiding.
Also, Lane was looking over the orders and wanted to talk to you about the writing along the bottom.
More drops, and talk to Lane. You wanted to talk about the supply orders?
Indeed. It's about the gibberish along the bottom. Notice how the writing is in...
Yes, I can see that.
We're looking at a cipher. Someone sharing encoded notes.
Can you give me a quick rundown of...
A favourite topic of mine? Cipher is a blanket term for securing text so that only an intended recipient can read. They range from reasonably simple swaps of letters to complex changes that require devices or key sheets to solve. But, as notes quickly added to supply orders, the codes we are dealing with were simple by necessity.
Sounds like we have a cipher to break.
Any code is easier to break with more samples. You can work.
The codes.
This is why we use wattle and daub back home. Insulates properly.
Frostrand. Happy to weave that into your mantle.
Must be the garrison. Enclave soldiers would have slept here during training. Should be a drop somewhere around here.
Another notice. Drops must be completed and all runners to safety before the next predicted flood.
This confirms they have a way to predict the floods, and some way to stay safe.
Stay focused on our runners for now. That's all of them.
3 supply drops. Not a lot of answers. I believe I can help with that. Some sort of access. Looks like the recorded minutes of the meetings that took place here. The last one is dated roughly 26 years ago.
What was it about?
A lot of information was torn up. Casualties got too high due to something they blotted over with ink. And the military commander should execute a defensive measure. Asylum. What could that be?
Now the rest of the people will find out.
The keep housed the Enclave's war room. Matters of high security were discussed inside.
military workshop for enchanters.
The Enclave never used magic to expand its borders, but had to defend itself.
Against nations that thought otherwise.
Exactly.
Research notes from about 40 years ago, probably from an enchanter that worked here, observing arc degradation. Looks like there was an expected and normal amount of degradation observed in the arcs following the surge. But once the arcs start killing civilians, it says this is a systemic failure. What could that mean?
It means the Arcs weren't sent to attack us as a means of defense.
They've lost control over them.
A final note scrawled on the cover page. The Archons will be no use in Asylum's execution.